Good evening, everyone. You're watching practice live from USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida, with the Misfit Motorsports Racing League. Scott Brotherton here with Jeremy Rittenberg, and practice is just underway. We've got about 9 minutes left. What do you see?
So far, it just looks like they're trying to get used to the setup here. They are running it's a custom setup, but everyone pretty much has they do have the exact same setup, so I'm sure they're just getting the feel for it, kind of wearing in the part of the track that they want to race on, and getting ready to get this show underway.
So far, we only got 3 guys to take time. Matthew Miller in the 78 GoPro car. Well, he had a 10th on Kurt Rittenberg, but Brandon Laura just actually ran 2/10 faster than Kurt Rittenberg and bested Matt Miller there. So Brandon's on top, and as soon as I finish that sentence, guys are climbing up the board pretty quick, so it seems like they're figuring out the track.
Yeah, this group here, I don't think it's going to take them very long. A lot of them have been racing together for quite a while, so they're going to start getting used to this thing, and I expect nothing but faster and faster times, just coming fairly quickly.
Yeah, and so we'll let everybody know before the main event and the consolation race also. But tonight's race is somewhat of an exhibition. The season ended last week, so we're going to have a 3-week season, just kind of recruitment races and things like that to get people involved and get the league out there, trying to grow this thing and broadcast all the races. Got a lot of good dirt racers in here, a lot of clean races, not many cautions, so I expect to see a good race tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with this fixed setup. Yeah, it is sort of a custom setup. It's not really something that iRacing put out, so there's really no practice time other than this 15-minute warm-up that they have before the heat start. So it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they adapt and get rolling with this, especially as close as everybody gets here at USA. These turns are tight. We'll see how they handle it.
All right, well, we have a little bit over 5 minutes practice time left. We'll just sit here and watch some laps and see what happens, and we'll come back to you with the first heat. So, Jeremy, we have a little over 3 minutes left here in the practice before we get these heat races underway. Kurt Rittenberg right now is pacing practice, and a lot of times we expect John Monkern to be at the top of the board. He's usually got a beat when we come here, but is tonight the night that Kurt can break through and win?
Well, like I said before, with this setup, it's I'm gonna call it the secret setup. No one has had access to this until these 15 minutes of this warm-up. So seeing, as I'm talking about that now, it looks like John takes the leader position now.
I was getting ready to say, as soon as I was bragging on Kurt, John goes to the top of the board, basically a tenth faster than Kurt, and over 2 tenths faster than third and fourth place Mike Perry and Brandon.
Yeah, but these times there's not really. It doesn't look like there's going to be at all a true clear-cut winner here. This could be anybody's race tonight.
It could for sure. Looks like we're about 2 minutes away from qualifying, so we'll take a quick break here and come back after qualifying and check out those. All right, Jeremy, practice is over here in a couple seconds. Who do you think's going to get the pole?
I think I'm going to go with position 1 here. I think it's going to be the 36. Like I said, this is such a crapshoot with this setup, but we'll see who can adapt and take this thing here.
I'm gonna take Trevor Baker. He just slid in here and got in the room. No practice, but he's another one of these dirt ringers that runs with John, and I think he'll be.
We also have to pay attention here. This is the first sort of test run with the no qualifying. So all of this is going to be random. It's whoever got the most practice in and got used to this setup first, and they'll if you're fast and starting in the back, you got quite a bit of work to do.
All right. Sorry about that. I thought we were qualifying. We got Kurt Rittenberg out front. He was fast there in practice. Couldn't hold the top spot that John had. But I really look for Kurt to win this one here from the front spot. You know, Matthew will be there. He's gonna make it hard on him, but Kurt seemed to be fast in practice, so look for him to be working the bottom and then keep that front.
Let's also not forget about that number 22 in the DXP machine, title sponsor here. Gets going a little bit here, and he ends up being fast towards the end of the race as well.
Lights are off on the Silverado pace truck. Kurt Rittenberg on the inside, Matthew Miller on the outside. We'll see what happens when we get down to turn one. Kurt got a big jump. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Get a good run through the center, and he does. He and Matt Miller separate themselves from third and fourth while they stay side by side, so it looks pretty good for those two heading into. Matt dove in there real deep, and he just got the inside wall. That's not going to happen. You know, this track runs a lot like Martinsville oval track. It's Martinsville half mile. This is 3/4, but you know, it's long straightaways and tight hairpin corners. It's basically a paper clip, just like Martinsville. It's Martinsville on steroids, and looks like Kurt's handling them right now.
Got a heck of a battle here with 49 and Brandon Laura back here. He's doing very well back here.
You're right, Brandon and Ed are back here battling, and these are two guys that love dirt racing. It's fun to watch them race every week. No matter where the spot is, they're digging hard for. Looks like our leader, Kurt Rittenberg, might be getting a little bit of pressure behind him now. Ed just got into the side of Brand. Looks like everybody recovered, no problem. Jeremy, I think we're about to have a battle for the lead here. Mike Perry's putting a lot of pressure on Kurt.
Looks like Kurt's hitting that cushion really well, getting a nice run off the exit. I don't know if
He is.
I don't know if that entrance, Perry's diving it in pretty good.
Yeah, Perry really gets him there on the entry, but Kurt has really good drive off from the center, and he's really high right there. Did a good job not banging it off the wall and keeping all those fenders on there. But Perry's inside now. Can he pull it off? He just hit the berm a little bit. That's not going to... Oh, Kurt swung it real wide. Oh, he's in the fence. Perry might set sail on him right here. Kurt's trying to fight back. Like Perry got really bogged down in the center of 1 and 2 that last time. You know, the top 3 are both all kind of running different lines. Perry's down on the bottom, Kurt's in the middle, and Matt Miller was trying to make the top. And there you go. Mike Perry does it. Kurt second. Matt third.
Boy, we got the 12 lapper. After seeing what you've seen in that first run there, what do you think we got going on now?
Well, I think we'll see the same guys up front. I think they'll put a little more effort into being mistake-free in this race. A lot of times in these quick little dirt races like this, it's the person that makes the least mistakes that ends up on top. And you know, you can bounce off the wall in these cars. That's not a problem, but it just scrubs so much speed off of it, and you don't have a lot of time to recover. So we're looking at 12 laps here. I expect to see Matt Miller win this one. I think he's got it figured out. He banged it off the wall earlier and got behind. But you got Brandon Laura sitting there in third, and who knows, he might dive it in there on the restart here and make it interesting.
Watching that number 22, Mike Perry, seeing how he was diving it into the turns. Another one that's really good at that is that number 21 of Ed Burrell. He really dives that thing in there as well. So if that works, he may have a shot at this too.
He does. Ed's not afraid to dive it in there. But piggybacking on what I said just a couple of minutes ago, I think whoever makes the least mistakes is going to win this race. And if you don't bang it off the wall and you keep all your fenders clean and keep that speed up to the center corner, that's going to be a winner. Oh, we got contact already. These guys are wasting no time going after. Brandon Laura had a big run there on the bottom. Matt Miller dives to the bottom for the lead. Brandon looks for a hole. There's not one there, but it looks like Matt's going to be able... thought he's going to be able to clear him there, and Kurt really digging hard on that outside. Seems to be working for him. Another drag race between these two. Kurt just squeaks by. I thought he was going to hit the outside wall there. I think Matt Miller has the preferred line for tonight. If you stay on that bottom, it's the quickest way around, obviously. And going up top, you know, the speed's there, but you risk bouncing it off the wall. In the short races, you don't need to scrub any speed at all. You need to keep the RPMs up and be good through the center off, and that's what Matt's doing.
Get a little dicey here, and about 4th, 5th, 6th here.
It is. These guys are going at it hard. This is fun to watch. A little bit of contact right there by the leaders, I believe.
Kurt's not ready to give that up yet. Although while these guys are fighting, you've got Brandon and John coming up quick.
You know, you mentioned that, and I was getting ready to say the 36 cars there. The favorite is, you know, that's who we thought would be favorite to win this thing tonight. And this is the first time we've mentioned. But we've got the 78 and the 00 Kurt up here battling so hard that, you know, all these guys are catching. John got a big run there on the bottom, but Kurt's impressing me with that top side. You know, he's not getting in the fence. He's keeping the RPMs up, and Matt can't complete the pass on the bottom. This is going to be a battle right to the finish. Just about 3 wide for the lead. John tried to get underneath Matt there. They're going to be 3 wide by the time we get here. No, John decided against it, backed up. Brandon Laura sticking his nose in there. Oh, Kurt is really wide. He's going to have to roll out so he don't hit the fence. Makes a contact to the 00 there. Wow, look at Brandon on the bottom, forcing his way in. Hey, coming down to the end of it, you know, if there's a hole, you got to fill that gap. .36 off the pace. I think he's just and again, we get back up here to the leaders, but I have noticed that Kurtz decided to go to the bottom and put Matt up top, but neither one of them had run those lanes tonight, and Kurt had trouble sticking up there on the bottom, and he's lost. He's 3 car lengths behind Matthew now, so if Matthew hits his marks, he might be able to hold Kurt up. All right, Matthew Miller just took the white flag, coming through turns 1 and 2. He looks to have a decent lead on Kurt as long as he hits his marks. And Kurt, as I'm saying that, Kurt slides up towards the fence. Just can't keep that car down on the. Looks like Matt's gonna slide his way right through 3 and 4, take the victory here in the consolation.
Oh, that racing gets me pumped up. Woo!
A lot of fun to watch, and just think, we still have a 50 lapper.
Oh, and that's all we're doing is tearing this track up, getting ready to do this 50 lap shootout. Oh my gosh, it's gonna start getting slick. Everybody's gonna start sliding around. A little bit of door slamming, I would imagine.
It's going to be fun for sure. These guys have a 5-minute warm-up here to dial their cars in this last little bit. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back to you with this 50-lapper here at USA Speedway in Lakeland. Jeremy, let's see if we can dial up Kurt Rittenberg here. Curtis got up in the booth. You got?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you're looking good in those first two races there. You got the high side working for you, and Matt's working on the bottom. You guys are basically drag racing down the straightaways. How's your?
What was that last part? I missed you.
Just asking how your car was. You think you can go to the bottom tonight? Because I noticed you went to the bottom last couple laps there, and didn't seem to work for you. So you're gonna be trying the top.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick toward the middle. Nah, probably the middle half the race, and then kind of slide up to the top, keep my RPMs up. Once I start going low, it gets real slick and wants to push up. I gotta lay off of it quite a bit, and not feeling for me.
Gotcha. Look good there, man. Good luck on these 50 laps. We'll let you go.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you after the 50.
Yes, sir. All right, Jeremy. So the NASCAR Cup guys will be in Homestead this coming weekend to settle their championship. But tonight we're about 4 hours north of there in Lakeland, Florida, at USA International Speedway. We got a 3/4 mile track here. It's going to be interesting to see here. John Monkern is starting shotgun on the field, and we got Mike Perry on the inside pole position there. But Kurt and Matthew Miller have been the show tonight. They're all a little mixed up now, so it'll be interesting to see how they climb through the field. We have some cautions, or we go green all the way, but I'm excited to see it. Got a last minute pick there, Jeremy?
Man, after them first two, I couldn't even guess.
Just going to sit back and enjoy it. Here we go. Looked like the 78 spun a little there. Perry got a good start. 0-0. Kurt Rittenberg's going to follow him down into one. 3 wide for second right now. Perry just stalled there in the center. 78 already into the wall, 22 into the wall. We got some contact in the back. These guys are trying to win it here in the first lap.
Hang on her, boys.
Here comes the 78 up through the middle. Mike Perry strong on the outside. Just dove that car down there. Pretty wide. 78's getting all kinds of contact. Kurt's going to hit the wall here. Mike Perry pulls out to about a 5-car length lead and said, "Let me get out of here. You guys are too much excitement for me right now on lap 2 of a 50-lap race."
Oh, and it looks like we got a smoker, the 36, into the inside wall, man.
So the favorite coming into the race is not going.
That's too bad. Everyone was fighting. That's small track to be doing that. Turns are sharp. Man, that's a tough break.
That is tough. Mike Perry's running some really smooth laps. He's hitting his marks, no mistakes, not overdriving the car. But Brandon Laura is digging on the bottom, and he's coming. Ooh. Brandon slid up big time, got into Perry. Perry, good job keeping it off the wall.
Perry's around. Perry's around.
Wow. Now, Jeremy, do these guys have a fast repair in this league? And if they do, just explain to everybody.
As of tonight, I don't believe so. As good as these guys have been getting, I think the fast repairs were taken away. And of course, we got two heavy hitters tonight that just had some bad luck now. We can see what kind of repairs they can get done in the pits tonight. Maybe get back out here. It is 50 laps, so there could be some chances to get back in.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to take away that fast repair rule. For those listening, fast repairs are just basically you can pitch your race car if you have an incident and get basically a brand new car to come out on track with. And there's a lot of good dirt racers in this league, and it's just kind of an unnecessary rule. With the 36 out, it's going to be interesting to see this restart. Got a lot of hungry guys. Got Brandon Laura up front. You know, I race asphalt oval with these guys, and I think our last 3 races have been caution free, and the same thing comes over here on the dirt side. This is probably the first caution we've seen in the last 3 races in this dirt series.
Yeah, and you know, just about the same time you decide that, hey, you know, we've been racing so good together, we don't even need these fast repairs. We can race with a little damage that'll make it more interesting, and then you have some unfortunate things like this that make you second guess a decision. But I know these guys, nothing they do here is intentional, so we know it's just some bad luck, and we can get around it.
Back underway, and Brandon Laura gets a good restart. Looks like, I'm sure the 00 Kurt's going to go to the top side. He told us in pre-race that's where he's planning on running, and that's exactly where he's. Brandon's going to recognize that, though, and he's going to go up and take that line away. This track is so much like Martinsville. Drives the same way. Your center of corner speed is everything. And Ed Burrell just got down on the bottom and there on the berm and hopped across it. Tried to dive it in there deep and ends up making contact with a couple cars. Oh, Ed just drives straight into 78 and spins down, hits the inside wall, cautions back out.
Checking out his car. It looks like it's okay. Matt held his pretty well straight, so I think both these guys are still good to go, so should get under racing here pretty quick.
Yeah, it looked like he got into Matt's door. These cars are pretty tough, though. Let's see if we can dial Brandon up under this caution. Brandon and Scott in the booth, how you doing?
In unfamiliar territory, sir.
Yeah, how you liking it up there?
Ain't too bad. Good change of pace.
Can you run the top or the bottom, or does your car work better in a certain area?
Seems like the high line a little bit better. As we go on, it seems like I'm getting a little push off the corner, so keep the car a little freer up top.
Yeah, in both the races, the consolation race and the qualifying race, Kurt was running the top side too, so looks like you're gonna have to run the top to keep his line, you know, from advance.
Yeah, but he's got a bumper that owes me a couple, so we'll see how it goes.
Appreciate you talking to us. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
interesting to hear. We got a little heat going on the track here. A little bumpers.
Yeah, I didn't realize Kurt and Brandon had a little.
We got a little activity. This sounds like we need a little extracurricular going on.
I'm wondering here if Brandon's going to try to jump this restart and get to the top side because he knows Kurt's fast on the outside. He does. Look, he took off. He's going to try to get to the top as quick as he can. Take that line away from Kurt. 78 is trying to make up a lot of time on the bottom. The bottom's really fast, but you have to be so precise because if you hit that berm, that car is going to bounce up 2, 3, 4 feet to the center of that groove, and you're scrubbing all kinds of. Oh wow! Matt just dive bombed the leader. I don't think Brandon's going to have much damage. I mean, it was behind the left rear tire, but. Seemed like a desperation move there on lap 15. I'll have to go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, it's checking out that instant replay. Matt had a good idea. If you can hug that inside, there is a little berm down there. If you can get that left front on there, you can hook that turn. And it looked like he got about 3/4 way around that turn, and it just slid up on him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about a lap before that is, you can run that bottom and it's super fast, but you have to be so perfect. And he got down there, and once you start bouncing off of it, your car just starts skirting across that groove, and it slides straight towards the wall. And unfortunately, Brandon Laura was right there to get clipped. I don't think he has much damage.
His car's looking pretty clean to me. I don't, like you said earlier, these cars are tough, man. They can take a beating, and that's why these dirt races are so fun to watch and be in.
Well, Kurt and Mike Perry both did a great job. I don't know if Kurt stabbed his brakes or not, but he let off enough to. I'm not sure if he made contact with Matt. If so, it was minute. And then Mike Perry was right there too, and somehow they didn't hit each other either. Tell you what, after talking to Brandon there, I think he's excited. He's going after it. Great restart. Ed's diving it down in there again. He got into who was that? The 9. Kept it out of the wall. He's gonna lose the pack for sure, but with the small amount of cars out there right now, I have a feeling Brandon's about to try to settle in, hit his marks, and keep that lead and see how long he. Brandon's hitting his marks, but he's getting some company.
I'll tell you what, you got 2 of them coming. You got Kurt Rittenberg in that 00, and you can't count out this number 33 either, Trevor Baker. He's starting to figure this out. He's making up some time quick.
Yeah, Trevor's a good dirt racer, and we didn't see any practice from him. He got in the room late. But I tell you what, Mike Perry is looking like the star tonight. I have a feeling he's about to get by both these guys and take the lead and set sail. So Brandon said he was owed one by Kurt. I'm not sure for what. Kurt's got the chance right now. They're both running that top side. Look at that run off the top. It's hard to not go up there because you carry so much RPM, and that's what you want to do in a dirt car. But it feels so natural to go to the bottom and try to run the shortest line around the race. Kurt's putting a lot of pressure on him. He just dove down in there hard. Just as I said, the 22 was being smooth. He just banged it off the wall. Sorry, the 3.
Yeah, it looks like that's the 33. Watch out now, that 00 looks like he's finding something.
Yeah, he loves that top side. And that's what he said pre-race. And to me, there's been a couple guys come up tonight to try to battle him, but the mainstay has been Kurt, and it looks like he's settling in now. He's headed to victory. Seems to be driving different tonight than any night I've seen him, and we've been racing together for what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, he seems to want this one real bad. Also keeping an eye on the number 33 of Baker. Looks like he kind of slingshots himself off of the on the exit of the turns here, using that cushion to kind of slingshot himself. As we go back up here to the lead.
Yeah, basically what we're learning is you can't drive away from anybody. Brandon's fighting right back. Perry's bounced off the wall pretty hard, and he's fighting right there, and just Kurt just ran at the back of Brandon, I believe. It's all about that top side of the racetrack right now. Groove's moved up. You got 20 to go. Now you got to force the guy in front of you into a mistake.
Now it looks like the 33 Baker, he moves into second, using that low line now. Oh, they make contact. Oh no.
Wow, the caution's out. Brandon keeps that thing out front. Got the 78 second, Kurt Rittenberg third. And it's the three main guys we've talked about most tonight. Getting ready to restart. 1, 2. And also the 33 is Trevor Baker. I made a huge mistake in the name of the driver, so my apologies for that.
Oh,
See Kurt Rittenberg heading down pit road. He's got some damage there on the left front.
He could be coming in just for a couple swings of the hammer, bring it back out. Trevor's coming in as well. Michael in the 97, he's in as well.
It's not official yet, but it looks like we'll probably have a restart with around 12 to go. This is going to get dicey. Jeremy, with the racing I've seen tonight, I'm ready to get the season started. Good restart by Brandon. Ed Burrell running third. He's sniffing a shot at that checkered flag. I guarantee you Ed's going to drive it in there. Brendan Lore's just really smooth tonight. Hitting his marks perfectly. Center of the corner, perfect. Good exit speed. The car looks like it just rolled off the trailer. But he's still got 10 laps to hold off Matt Miller and Ed Burrell. We'll see what happens here. 10 to go coming.
Boy, these three, no one can get any separation whatsoever. This is going to be intense these last 9 laps here.
Yeah, I wonder if the 78 and 21 are just kind of biding their time there and see the line that Brandon's running and just waiting with about 3 or 4 to go to start really making their.
could be. We've had a lot of changes, different setups. Obviously, this is a non-points race. I'm sure people tonight have been a little more aggressive than they would if they had, you know, points on the line, which makes racing a little harder, of course.
Sure. I'm still impressed that Brandon's car doesn't have a scratch.
Oh, yeah, and he took quite a shot in that left rear quarter. Look, oh, don't look now. He's going to have quite a bit of pressure.
Right,
now.
78's underneath him. Keeps fighting off on the high side. '21 at Ed Burrell's dropping back a little bit, and he's just sitting there saying, "All right, guys, you race it out, have a little contact, and I'll slide by." Coming to 5 to go. Matt Miller's somehow trying to get to the outside of the 40. Brandon cuts that line off again. I think the only way the 78 gets by him is by taking away his high lines. Brandon's not going to give that up, though. You just carry way too much speed on exit there.
What you think? This may be a little bit of a tap.
Who knows? Brandon Miller might put the bumper to him. So far, he's raced him clean. No contact. Brandon's up out of the groove right there a little bit, but you know, you can still drive that thing so hard on exit. Wow. What a slide job.
Oh, man.
Unreal. Brandon just brushed the wall, too. Got to keep his head on straight. This is the point of the race where you really overdrive the car. And Brandon's in a part of the racetrack he hasn't drove all night. He's been on the top side, and now he's forced to go down at the bottom. And he's not used to running there. It's gonna be different for him. And I expect the 78's about to drive. Yeah, he's taking the white flag here, and man, for the 49 to be so strong all night, it was all about getting his line taken away.
Yeah, somehow that 78 squeezed it in there. It came down. I watched him hit that cushion, almost like Baker was doing earlier. Got that slingshot run.
For sure, that was a great move. Wow, Matt Miller wins it. See if we can dial up Matt. Hey, Scott in the booth. Nice win, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So I was telling Jeremy with about 3 laps to go, I said somehow Matthew's got to take away that top side. He's got to get that line away from Brandon. And you just couldn't make the pass on the inside. But there was a point there where you kind of forced him out of that top groove and got that top line, and that's what secured the victory for you. Were you trying to figure out a way to get around him to take his line away?
First off, I just want to say that's some good dirt racing there. That was a blast. I didn't think my car had enough power, as beat up as it was all night, to really get by them. Once I figured out the bottom wasn't really gaining me on exit, I moved to the top on corner entry, and I was just able, like you said, force him to the bottom and then make the pass up high.
That race was a lot of fun to watch. It was actually tough sitting here just watching it and calling it and not being in it. You were a factor all night. It was cool to see, and you got some damage. You got pushed to the back, and you made your way back to the front. That was a good deal. Congrats on the.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for putting on the show, and it was a
Well, Scott, what do you think, man? First night of the new rules. We had a setup no one has ever seen, no one has ever ran. We take away the fast repairs. Non-points race. We had quite a few more cautions than what I thought was going to happen. But with all them changes, you think that was kind of expected?
I think it was a great race. I think the rules package worked. It was getting to a point where certain people were, just dominating races, and you like to see parity. But I think it worked well. I hate that it was just an exhibition race because I'm ready to get the season started. We just finished one last week, but I'm just ready to get it going. That was really fun to see. A lot of these guys race together every week, so the respect is there, the knowledge is there of how other people race you. But it was just a really fun race to watch. I'd like to get Brandon Lohr down here and talk to him, hear his side. Brandon, that was a hell of a job, man. You wheeled that thing all night. What was the defining factor there at the end? Was Matt was able to take your line away? Is that what hurt you the most, trying to run on the bottom where you had?
That a little bit, and I kind of cracked under the pressure and got a little throttle happy and kind of jumped on the throttle a little hard right there. And I knew as soon as I did it and the car wiggled, I opened up the door for him. So just kind of got to forget about that mirror.
Yeah, as you say that, I'm not a great dirt racer, but I can imagine mirror driving in a dirt car is much worse than asphalt because everything here on dirt is so line sensitive. You were running great on the top all night. You just couldn't do it on the bottom because you had to run there all night, or your car wouldn't work there, or what was the reason?
Just the bottom was a little slicker. Had to be a little gentler getting in and kind of gentle on the gas till about halfway through the corner, and then I could lay it down. And I knew Matt was there, and he got that good run off the corner, and I just got a little excited, like I said, and hammered it down and upset the car and killed my run off the corner and left him the run to come up on the bottom. And then I just missed the just getting a little nervous. I just missed the high line going into the next corner, and that was all she wrote.
Well, hopefully get all those nervous bugs out of you. We get the season started in 2 weeks. That was a lot of fun to watch. I really wanted to be down there. So I hope this new rules package gets some people closer together, and we have some good fields. And this is a fun group to watch. You guys put on a good show. Congrats on the run.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the rules package would be good. Just, car drive's a little bit different than how I set mine up. So got a little more give or take here and there because the car is going to do a little bit different than what we're normal to. But all in all, I like it. It's a fun night.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, all in all, I think I have to agree with you. I think there wasn't a runaway. Everywhere we looked, there was a battle going on. I think once everybody kind of gets used to these setups, knowing that you're going to run next to someone, someone won't necessarily have more drive off than you. You're going to have to race a little harder. I think this is going to catch on. I'm with you. It looked a lot of fun, and would have liked to have been out there as well.
Oh, no doubt. It's a great series. Misfit Motorsports puts on great racing on dirt and asphalt. This is the first race of the off season, so we'll run 3 races that are just exhibition. They're kind of recruitment races. They're just knock the dust off races. Keep seat time races. That's all it is. So ready to get the season started. The race was great tonight. I'm excited to see what's going to come.
All right, what do you say we sign off here, and we'll go talk to them guys, see how they liked it, hey?
Good deal. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.